Late 2022. Everything started to collapse. Bitcoin continued crashing to $16,000. People started making hour-long documentaries on why crypto is dead and will never recover. But is it? Today I show you the 4 realizations I had which led me to buying Bitcoin. I've bought around the $24,000 mark, now worth twice as much. But how high will it go? You have to realize that Bitcoin and the entire crypto market is cyclical. Having the market crash roughly every 4 years have become a meme at this point.
And then it crashed.
Every time something bad happens in the cryptoverse, experts come along and declare Bitcoin as dead. There is a website which tracks how often Bitcoin has officially died. And yet Bitcoin is still here and getting stronger every day. People compare it to the tulip mania a few centuries ago, but that is bullshit. The tulip bubble crashed only once and was not followed by recurring market cycles. But Bitcoin recovered after every crash and rallied to new all-time highs. But why does it seem so cyclical? Is it guaranteed to be a 4-year cycle? Well, no one really knows. Many people have many theories. Some even speculate that the cycle aligns perfectly because Bitcoin launched exactly during the 2008 financial crisis, which was also the birthplace of the first mainstream quantitative easing cycle. Bitcoin has reached a point where it will likely never go away anymore. But does this mean it can go up forever? Why am I so certain that there will be another bull run? Just looking at old charts from the last 15 years is not enough to be confident about the future. So what else is required for Bitcoin to rise in value? The price of crypto assets is heavily correlated with excess liquidity. This means that there is too much money in the world and it has to go somewhere. During quantitative easing, money is cheap due to low interest rates. But low interest rates also push investors to more and more risky assets in order to get the returns which they won't get anywhere else. It normally begins by money flowing into large index funds like the S&P. People celebrate, get more greedy and move their money to riskier assets. First they start with tech stocks, the Googles and the Facebooks. Then it goes into meme stocks like Tesla, which explains why it has such a ridiculously high valuation. After that, when investors want even more, they take even bigger risks. Now all this money flows into crypto. First into Bitcoin and Ethereum, then into smaller coins, and then into meme coins. News stations start to report about the 15-year-old crypto millionaire next door, and now everybody wants to be like him. All the haters who hate crypto because they lost money in the past are now coming back. They mortgaged their houses and put it all into crypto, just to be like the 15-year-old millionaire. And all this retail money keeps pushing the price higher and higher. Human psychology in a nutshell. It's a textbook market cycle. The Fed must go back to printing money in order to keep the entire system alive. Since 2008, when capitalism collapsed, again, it has been kept alive by the continuous printing of brand new money. Printing money is such a powerful and addictive tool that we are unable to stop. Every new crisis is being solved by printing even more. Global pandemic, just print more money. Tons of it. As we saw during COVID, this newly created excess liquidity pushed crypto to new all-time highs. And we will never be able to put the QE genie back into the bottle. Right now at the moment the Fed is doing the exact opposite. It increases the interest rates and we see liquidity decrease. But why? Because inflation is getting out of hand and has to be fought. But high interest rates are putting a huge strain on the markets. They limit growth and can cause spikes in unemployment. This is the risk the Fed is willing to take in order to bring inflation down. But sooner or later inflation will go down. This is the point where the economy will need stimulation, which in turn means we will go back to money printing. Most investors are optimistic that it will happen this year, and so am I. If the entire crypto market does well, Bitcoin will also do well. But the same can't be said for other coins. But why buy Bitcoin instead of any other cryptocurrency? Won't other coins give me much higher returns? Yes, but asking which coin will be the next Bitcoin is like asking which stock will be the next Apple. The answer is Apple. Think about it. If some random company could come along and push Apple from its throne, it would also mean that next week another company could do the same. But this does not happen. Apple has very strong network effects, brand reputation, and an ecosystem which keeps users flocking to it. The same can be said about Bitcoin. With that in mind, neither Apple nor Bitcoin will make you rich. Their market caps are so large that it becomes impossible to give you 100x returns. But this also means that Bitcoin's price is much harder to manipulate than that of smaller coins. If you want 1000x returns, you will have to look somewhere else. Be aware that buying small caps and meme coins is like picking lottery tickets, which is why I only buy large caps, if at all. Before predicting prices, let's discuss what could be the driving factor during this bull run. The last one was driven by retail investors, NFTs and DeFi. And there is a lot of speculation what could be the driving factor during the current bull run. But in my view, a specific narrative is not really needed. Once the excess liquidity pours in and people go viral for getting rich in crypto, that alone will be sufficient to drive even more money into this asset class. The narrative in my view is secondary and is only useful for people who have already bought in so they can justify their investments to themselves. The thing which is different this time when comparing to the previous bull run is that now we have much better regulatory clarity. The approved ETFs make crypto look more legitimate to institutional investors, and those have ginormous amounts of capital ready to deploy. There may be some hiccups in the short term, like a hard landing caused by high interest rates, or some other unpredictable black swan event happening in the world. But in the medium to long term, I am very bullish on Bitcoin and won't be surprised if it can hit 100k at the beginning of 2025.